another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Legacies. This is episode 7 of season 1. Hopefully guys are enjoying the series so far. You know, today's a great day. It's Friday. New iPhone, get in there, it's been released. I've actually upgraded from an iPhone 8, so there's a massive difference holding this. It's dead light, it looks amazing. Can't wait to mess about with it. I feel like my old one was ancient compared to this. And also it's Legacies Day, another episode. So what a fantastic day for me anyway. Hopefully guys are having such a good one as well as I am. And you know, going into the last episode, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the best episodes that we've had of the season so far, because I thought there was lots of character building. Again, I feel like that's what we're doing with this show, but I'm really enjoying it because it's also like building the characters, but it's having fun at the same time. And then even when we're having a bit of fun, we do get a bit of like sadness in it as well. And the sadness was Joe come back, Rick's wife, bio mom as they called it, you know, not vamp mom, bio mom, come. It was a sweet 16th birthday, obviously, of Joe and Liz, and they was getting ready for the party, and she turned up. Coincidental? I don't know. Was she possessed? She was, but she actually didn't know she was possessed. You know, Rick was interrogating her. Why are you here? He had the ball, you know, that Hope was using on Landon. He was like, do you know who you are? I'm Joe. What's your intentions? Nothing. You know, I was married to you. I'm a doctor. I had 2 kids. You know, I'm part of the Gemini Covenant. All this stuff. She was telling the truth. Asked her about a knife. No idea. So that is what's fascinating. So at first glance, we only seen her as her. We didn't know she was possessed. The only time we knew is she went to get a book from the shelf, and we seen her across the mirror, and her face was all like dead or whatnot. And that was when we knew that she wasn't the person that she thought she was. And we knew something was going to go down in the episode, and it did, mate. Joe, the girl now, not the mom, helped her sister Liz get ready for her 16th party, which means that she wasn't going to be ready herself for her own party, so she was going to be late. Now, obviously, this is what Penelope is saying, that you need to start, you know, either thinking of yourself. It's not selfish to put yourself first, a bit of self-love. It's not. You can help others, but you've got to sometimes say, you know, I need a bit of help. I want to do this, you know. It's going to be my party as well. I need to spend some time on me. And what she done is she cast a spell and locked Hope and Raphael in the school gym, because they was, you know, Hope was trying to get him to learn how to dance to dance with Liz, but she seen that as an opportunity to lock them in there and said to MG, look mate, you've got an hour. If you want to shoot your shot, go for it. Go to Liz now. He's not going to be here. See what you can do. Well, I thought he smashed it out of the park, mate. She come walking down the stairs. Obviously, he wasn't there, Raphael, so we stepped in. MG. That's kind of like what Damon done with Stefan in the Vampire Diaries when Elena was coming down. But he then played a favourite tune, gave her a favourite flower, told her loads of stuff that he knows about her, said how much he likes her. And, you know, he was busting out some sick dance moves and backflips and spins, you know, that guy. And he's got a nice smile as well. So, all round, he seems like a great dude, man. He's funny as well. And I actually really like him. In the last episode, my opinion on him went, like, up, shot up, grew, whatever you would call it. You know, he really impressed me. And then my heart broke a little bit, because when Raphael did get out of the gym, he come over and he said, look, I'm sorry I'm late, can I have this dance? And she was already dancing with MG, and she said yeah, and he kind of pushed him to the side, not badly, but she was just buzzing that he was there. And he walked off devastated. Now obviously he went outside and he was sulking, and you know, they got to do their dance. What I do like to say is Raphael, you know, he actually said to her, look mate, tonight we're having a good time, you know, but yesterday it was a mistake, I shouldn't have slept with you. And I actually do like how he's not strung her on. He's told her where it is. He didn't say it nastily. I think it would have been better if he did drop in as well, because he said to Hope, you know, he felt bad on his girlfriend as well. He felt like he was cheating on her, even though she's been dead for 6 weeks or something. I think that helps as well, the situation, if he said it like that, because Lizzie could have read it in any way. Maybe like, oh, you took advantage of me or whatnot, or, you know, like, you should have told me this before. But I do like, you know, like, he told her straight up to her face, and he didn't string her along, and you got to respect it. You know, at least she knows where she stands and she can move forward. Now, Joe, the daughter, obviously she was pretty devastated that she didn't have a date to the party and she was going to be late, so she went to confide in her mum, who'd give her some good advice. Then she'd let her out of the boundary or whatnot, and he was going to the party, and on the way, Joe, the mum, got possessed. The demon that was actually inside her, and she ended up burying Joe, the daughter, alive, which is crazy. And then Joe, the mum, which is mad, sounds like it, ran over to Rick. She's back into herself, saying to herself, she's like, look, I don't know what happened, I think I've been possessed, I think I've hurt Josie, what's going on? Went on a hunt. Penelope, Hope, and MG went to look for her. They was digging up loads of graves. Zombies was coming like walkers. He was going on a Madden, MG, mate. He was loving it. He was stabbing them all with spades. He was like, everybody knows, go for the brain. Chopping heads off. They all had a good little slaughter time. They ended up saving Josie. And it was just great, you know. I enjoyed that fighting action. And then at the end of the episode, you know, we had Penelope. She ended up going over to Josie. She grabbed her, she kissed her. And then Josie come around and she's like, look, I still hate her. She's like, I know. Boom, went back into a kiss. And do you know what? Like I said in the intro, MG went up in my estimation last episode. And so has Penelope. The last 2 episodes, she's shot up as well. I really enjoy what she's done. She's actually cared for Josephine. And it's been really interesting. I'm really excited to see how their relationship actually progresses as well. And I'm actually very intrigued with the Lizzie and MG now. I actually really am, because I thought last episode they had a great one. And then to top the episode off, the sad moments, we had Rick. He was hugging Josephine, Joe, sorry, his wife, and she was saying, look, you know, the kids think that you're not really happy, and he's like, look, you are. I will be happy once they turn 21, once this is over. And he was like, oh my god, mate, they got to merge when they're 21. I totally forgot they're from the Gemini Covens. And then she was like, I can't be here, you know, I've had a great time today, but I'm going to have to go. And then they sat down, the girls siphoned the powers away, and then Joel just drifted off into the distance. So overall, great episode, really enjoyed it. And I actually loved how they haven't hardcore focused on Hope as well, giving loads of characters a chance to shine. So that is a 2 big thumbs up from me. So thanks so much for clicking on today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. Oh, here we go, I've got a female.
I'm no stranger to death, but that doesn't mean I want to talk about it. Once a year for Remembrance Day, we're asked to write letters to our lost loved ones.
I really like that, actually.
We sign our names, fold them up, and scatter them throughout the cemetery. I'd rather not think about it at all, except lately, death keeps knocking on my door.
So that's your girlfriend?
Isn't that your...
My girlfriend.
Doing that. Do you know when she said death keeps knocking at my door, mate? I was thinking of Kai. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. And he's like, killed it. Mic drop. You sick of that.
This indignity will not go unpunished.
We have been at this for days. Answer my questions, or I'm gonna peel your skin off like a grape and shower you with battery acid. Let's see how this feels.
Dr. Saltzman.
There you are, lovely girl. I was wondering if you'd come visit me again. The way you've treated a man of my stature, you should be ashamed.
Literally, nobody knows who you are.
Take it, things aren't going well.
He's a diva.
So what's the plan? I know you don't want to give over the knife, but we can't have him raising the lost loved ones of every person in this school.
Why am I here?
Well, do you mind telling me the last few things that you remember?
The roads were bad. It was wet and then dark.
You were in a car accident. You didn't survive.
Oh, I would have just laughed at me if someone told me that.
In occult literature. Whoever this dude is, he's been erased from history like every other monster that comes looking for the knife.
Evil never takes a holiday, Dorian.
Well, every year on Remembrance Day, I do. Take these to him for me, would you?
I thought maybe we could talk. You were in a dark place for what felt like an eternity until suddenly you were pulled into the light with a singular, inexplicable mission to retrieve a knife. An Arachne, a Dryad, they've been erased from history, and so have you.
That's preposterous. I'm world-renowned.
Read up.
No! 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 Who's responsible for this vile affront?
But I'm hoping you can help me figure out.
I like how his personality is like up and down and serious and like, I don't know, he seems quite comical. I'm interested in this one.
My mind is a steel trap.
But you knew to resurrect Dr. Saltzman's dead fiancée right after he mentioned her to the Dryad. So who's pulling the strings?
I am no puppet.
Like you know you're here to retrieve a knife and return it to a place called MALIVORE. And more importantly, do you know how to get there?
Only that the knife will lead me.
Focus, what does it mean?
That symbol represents what you say has happened to me. It means no one remembers you. No one celebrates you.
It's really good. I'm actually really invested in this bit.
Cassie, this situation, I'm afraid it might not be permanent, and I don't know how fair it would be to your mother right now to hear your voice. Is there anything I can get you?
I'm hungry. I need a shower.
I was wandering the beach of Normandy in need of a pick-me-up, so I thought I'd resurrect a few GIs to toy with some Nazis.
But you don't remember who killed you. But theoretically, that memory still exists.
You want to take a walk through my subconscious? I assume you've got a powerful vampire handy.
MG, do you know how to do a head dive?
You might want to get Caleb.
Caleb's not on our Avengers squad. Now is he?
Hey, that was sick.
I wish there was something I could say to help, but having just been through this myself, I'm not sure my head will ever stop spinning.
This guy that brought her back, do you think that we can convince him to let her stay? Don't you think we should at least think about keeping him around?
I would rather spend a lifetime slaying dragons than have another kid at this school go through what you and I have just experienced at the hands of this creature.
Oh, it's true, man. Like, this guy bringing dead people back, it's not really much of a threat, is it? But what would you rather have? Like, would you rather be fighting a dragon, or would you rather a loved one being brought back, just have him zapped away at the end? What's more worse? I actually do agree with Rick on that one, man. Like, imagine all the kids in the school start seeing like the mums and the dad, like Haley and Klaus coming back, and and then like all the parents and everyone's getting their hopes up, and then boom, they're all zapped away. You would just rather be fighting dragons and slaying monsters and doing that, because that it's brutal. And like he said, you don't want to experience what you've been through. Look at it, Rick experienced it first and last episode, so I thought it was really good from what he said. Then it made loads of sense.
Your great Nana Imogen is waving hello just over your shoulder.
You can see my great Nana.
Shall we begin?
This guy's well interested.
You have no reason to fear me, I assure you.
You're basically the Grim Reaper.
The Reaper is a carnival sideshow hack.
This restaurant is in New Orleans. I spent half my childhood here.
Yes, Russo's. Your father was good for my business. Always killing people. He's standing right behind you.
Why are you teasing me like that?
Are you messing with me right now?
Frankly, I think you're the one messing with me. You want to know if he's at peace or if he's suffering, regretting his sacrifice. After all, he did die to save your life. Let's get started, shall we? This is my conscious mind.
This guy is a really good actor, I think.
Who's the guest of honor? Let's take a look. Oh, clever girl.
Is that his subconscious?
May I present the door to my subconscious?
Glad that's over. I'm shaking, my hands are sweaty.
Unbelievable. He ditched me.
That's really good, mate. This guy's a decent actor, and I have definitely wore the right jumper, mate, for this episode, because the teasing that we might see a Michelson, that is well exciting me. I'm really happy now. It's a good episode, actually, so far. It's kept me engaged the whole time.
It wasn't an accident, Rob. And you know it. I have an excuse to not remember. What's yours?
And I took the turn too fast. The one you're always yelling at me about.
But that's not why I'm dead, Rob. But if I'm gonna sit here in your fancy new school with that nice headmaster who cares about you and helps you be your best werewolf self, then you're gonna admit what you did. Think about what you did. Think about why.
Why did he take the turn so fast? He didn't know he was a werewolf. Well invested.
I climbed your endless staircase down into your bottomless pit of despair.
She's trapped in there.
Raphael!
I got pissed because I didn't meddle. And then I thought my girlfriend was flirting with the guy that beat me. And then I started yelling at her. And then I took that turn too fast. It wasn't the storm. It was me.
You want me to admit what I want from you. But you're wrong. I'm at peace with my dad. Yes, he died because of me, but that was his choice. I've come to terms with it.
Hope, come on out. Hope.
Literally, I don't get it. Like, she's in a room where nothing's there, and she's not even panicking in that room, but in the present, she's like proper hyperventilating. Well, weird. But then it makes you think, this guy's got his eyes possessed white as well, so yeah, he is pulling the strings, because it's obviously not him. I thought he was the one inside of Joe, but maybe not. Maybe he was used to bring Joe back, and they got inside of her. And now that same thing's getting inside of this guy, the Necromancer, which I think's been a pretty good episode from him.
I was wondering, snooping.
I remember everything.
I'm not trying to punish you. That's not why I called you out. I just wanted you to be honest with yourself about it.
When I first got here to the school, they told me that a lot of guys with my condition that have a lot of anger that eats at them.
My point is, you had a lot of work that you needed to do on yourself, and you still do, werewolf or not. Now leave me alone for a few minutes. I want to stand in the sun.
Dr. Saltzman, I screwed up. Hope's in trouble and I can't help her.
Oh, she's crying now.
Okay, fine, yes. I want to know about my dad, and that he should have found peace. But how am I supposed to know if that's true? I need to know that he's not alone.
Oh, hey!
Don't hate me. Get me out of here.
With pleasure.
And that was interesting. I thought Klaus was going to walk out with his teeth. Like, fuck man, mate.
Feed me blood. Feed me whatever it takes.
Hallelujah.
Well, I have it under control, Hope.
You want to explain this? Or this? Or anything else that would explain your utter lack of progress?
I am grieving. Hope. Talk about the ways in which it could torment you, starting with your dead mother, ending with your dead father, and how about all the ghosts of all the people that you killed in between, huh?
He definitely is like a dad now. It's 11 minutes. I actually wanted it to be finishing because I want this guy to prolong into the next episodes because I think he's been really good, and I don't mind if characters extend across. You know, I'm used to it. I think this guy's been very good this episode. I would love to see more of him, but I feel like obviously it's going to get concluded now we've just said about MALIVORE.
It's my day off, Rick. We talked about this.
Hope has sealed me in my office, and I need to get out.
In Vegas, and this here's the all-you-can-eat buffet.
To be killed by such a trifle of an object. I was curious as to its power. I heard the remarkable story of MALIVORE, created to wipe the scourge of the supernatural off the face of this earth. Decades ago, MALIVORE was contained. 3 locks created to seal MALIVORE shut.
It's called Snatch, Eat, Erase. All right, I read about it in Dr. Saltzman's books about those Salvatore dudes that used to live in our school.
He's not going to be able to stop, is he?
Delicious. Come on. MG, okay, calm down. MG, be back.
Dorian.
Apologies for the melodrama, but I need to buy myself some time. While you were trapped in just a small semblance of the blackness I suffered, I was busy doing what I do best. I was stalling you. Just as I'm stalling you now. I summoned a little help to ensure the knife returned to MALIVORE quickly. And in moments, when the knife is returned to MALIVORE, I will be free to find peace. As for your father, he watches over you every day. He did die with love in his heart, and he doesn't regret his choice.
Yes, Klaus.
The knife is destroyed.
Get in there, mate. This guy's not dead. I am happy with that. I actually am, yeah. It's only 1 lock. There's 2 more to go. Now, who's to say that these are ever going to get found? Well, they will, but this knife was locked away for years, and the only reason why is because Landon took it. Now, bit of information that might got lost in all of that, because a lot of stuff was being said, is that I took from that people that have been killed off that knife are going after that knife, but the only person that we know or we don't know was being killed is Landon, and then that makes you think maybe he's died and he's come back and that's why he's drawn to. It seems like I was listening to that and I took that maybe the people, because he said that he was after the very knife that killed him, and I feel like what he's saying is if you've died from the knife, you're attracted to the knife, and they're the ones that are going after it, and that is why Landon was trying to. See, that's very interesting. I am intrigued with that. I think this guy's had a great episode, and I'm actually happy that he's not died, because to me, he's not done anything that makes me think kill him, yeah? All the other stuff, the gargoyle and the spider and the dragon, yeah, killed him. This guy was just great acting, good storytelling. Klaus is not regretting his decision to save Hope. Klaus is, he didn't say he's found peace. He'll find peace once Hope finds peace. Now, Hope can't look at that as a negative thing, because that's a nice thing. He sacrificed his life for you. So then once you start enjoying and embracing who you are and just enjoying your life, then he's going to feel even better, and that's where his peace will come. I have no problem with that. I really enjoyed getting info about Klaus, getting teased about the originals. This guy's great acting. Getting told that, you know, sack the dagger off now. See you later. Bring something else in. What is it? Keeping us guessing. Do you know what I'm saying? There's 3 more to go. I mean, 2 more to go with this. That was 1 of 3 unlocked. All round, really good. I like how Dorian's seen them as well, biting somebody. Not seen the twins this episode. And you know what? I'm going to say that's a great thing, because that just shows that so much is going on that you don't have to focus on every character. And like I said in the start, it's a good spread. Last episode, we didn't focus much on Hope and was focusing on the new people. This episode, we're kind of on Hope and not on them. So everybody's getting the time, and I'm enjoying it.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Man, we were just having a little fun.
Fun? By feeding on human blood? Why I take this day off, only this day off, every year? It's because I am honoring my father and my little sister, both of whom were murdered by the very vampire whose memorial library we are standing in. Do you even know what a Ripper is? Is a vampire who is driven by obsession, who lives only for the gratification of their deepest desires.
I like how she's writing now. She
Once a
said she
year
didn't
for
like it at the
Remembrance
start.
Day, we're asked to write letters to our lost loved ones. We sign our names, fold them up, and scatter them throughout the cemetery. Death keeps knocking on my door. I messed up in ways that if you were here, you'd be so disappointed in me.
I don't know if he'd be disappointed. I think that he'd be proud that she's trying to attack and address the problem.
I was told today that you would never find peace until I found it in myself. I hope that was a lie told to punish me. Today I saw a glimpse of what true loneliness feels like, of what lies in store for me if I don't find my own peace. I'm sorry I didn't have your back today. He's probably gonna be mad at me for a while.
Landon May, he wants her.
Landon's in trouble.
What did that say? Sailor Landon? Interesting. Do you know what that glovey thing reminds me of when you're typing it up and you can't say A from Pretty Little Liars? Man, was we teased with who A was that whole time. Consistently had us guessing. I really enjoyed the Necromancer. I'm so happy that they didn't kill him last episode. I said that at the very end, I was like, when he's like, I'm the Necromancer, I was like, Rick, kill him, mate. You know one now. No. So happy that you decided not to, because what a great episode you give us. Told us that Klaus is, well, not like in hell sort of thing. He's like around, he watches over her and he'll find peace when she does. I was teased bare times. I thought Klaus walked in loads of times. But when she stood there and she turned over and it was Rick, I thought for a minute it might be Klaus. And then when he was looking in the distance and then he come round Raph, I thought it might. I was like, God, mate. Good episode. Like, I thought it was really good how we didn't have... I thought it was so good how we didn't have the twins in it. Not because I don't like them. Loved them. They're really good. And Penelope, not even in it. But we did got a bit of Kaylee, bit of MG, bit of Raph, and a bit of Hope. Last episode, you know, we had Jose, MG, Liz, and Penelope. So, do you know what I'm saying? The cast is, like, decent enough where we can drop half and half and just go in with the stories. And I want Landon to be back now. I'm glad he is, because I do feel like he can be an asset as well. And you know what? Yeah, Caleb has done me head in a few times here and there, but there's always time for redemption, and he wasn't that bad this episode. Yeah, he went over and he said to MG, come on, like, feed, and he's a bit consistent about wanting to be a vampire. I kind of understand where he's coming from, so to speak. It's like, you want us to be who we are, but then you restricted parts of us, you know. Does make a fair point. So and I actually like how it was Dorian that found him and the story that he said, because Stefan did kill his family, do you know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm trying to think now. He was the one that took Stefan, dug a grave, shot him on, and then he. So look at it. You know, you can see people have been in the struggles, and then people have come from the the worst of the worst and rose up. And like you say, for 364 days of the year, loves his job. For one day, hates it. But the thing is, you know, you've got to be careful. Do you know what a Ripper is? And told him, and he's saying, look, do you know, we never actually got told before, like, how you become a Ripper or whatnot. We just seen Stefan being one and his mum, and I kind of thought it was like a gene that got passed down. So again, it's interesting if his assumption, that's what he was saying, is true, because what if he's had the taste of blood now and he can't stop? And I actually don't want that to happen, not with MG. I think his character is perfect the way he is, and we could just progress and establish it at that. If you're going to give somebody being a Ripper, give it Caleb. He was the one that really wanted to be a vampire and feed on people, so push that, I wouldn't be bothered. But let's not do it to MG, because I think he's really good. Okay, now it's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully, guys enjoyed it. I thought it was a good one, really good one, actually. I thought the last two episodes have been great. And like I've just mentioned previously, we not give all the cast, we're not like heavily putting loads of them into every episode. We're dropping some in and some not, and some back in and some not. I'm enjoying the storylines that we're getting with each of them, to be honest. I thought Necromancer was a good character, and I'm glad that he's actually not dead. I'm glad that we got teased with the Landon storyline coming back into it now. Who is it that's actually... I don't know, who is it that's got his picture? Because clearly, I believe it's not him. I believe that this person who's wearing the gloves, they've got a gun as well, who's seen the knife drop into, like, the oil or whatnot, like, and has got his picture, has attacked him. And obviously, as he's on the run or something, he's, like, twisted his thing and, like, contacted Hope. And that is obviously sent the signal over to that her and Raphael's just seen. So, really interested to see who this could possibly be. Who did he meet in New Orleans? Did he meet Frey? Did he meet Marcel? Who was it? I like the fact that Klaus was mentioned in this episode and that he's not actually dead. Well, I mean, he's dead, obviously. Devastating. Fantastic death, to be honest. But, you know, he's not, like, regretting his decisions. He's really happy. Like, Hope's alive and he's watching her every day. Love it. I really do. Now I just need to know that Haley's doing that as well, and then that will make me happy. And Elijah, because we don't know what's actually happened to him. So we can get some of them in. And like I said, get them in the episodes. It would have been really good to bring one of them back, seeing as Necromancer could bring people back from the dead. It'd be nice to see them. What else happened? Yeah, I liked the fact that obviously Dorian, I think he's a pretty good character, to be honest, and like, because he's a human, he actually is. I think is he not the only human in that whole school? Even the teachers are kind of supernatural, or Rick as well. But I like how he explained what a Ripper is, his concept of it, and like, you know, how you need to objectively look and like think about situations and what people might do. You know, you might be okay with it, but he might not be. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, your vampires, there's different types of ones as well. You might be able to handle it. He could go off the rails. He could kill so many innocent people. And he fair play. He looked like he was taking it on board as well. You know, he wasn't dismissing that. He looked like he kind of was a bit sad, or he was new information that he was learning. So again, I actually do like that. It was interesting that Raphael's girlfriend come back and she was saying about, you know, him going around the corner, and he was like, he kind of meant to do it, and he's got like memories like, you know, I was mad, I was angry, they say that he didn't win a trophy or something, and then he was arguing with her because he thought he was sleeping with somebody, and he knew that she hated him going around that corner fast, so he was just like, sack this mate, I'll do it to pee her off even more. And then obviously he skidded and they crashed and they died. And she was like his little therapist in this session. She said, look, she forgives him, but you need to come to terms with it, you know. Like, he might not have even thought about it, but that could be one of the things that's holding him down deep inside, with stopping him from progress further and just getting it out of the way and speaking to somebody. So I like that. I like how the Necromancer as well kind of stalled Hope there, and then used his powers to go and get information that he wanted, but also possessing this girlfriend and getting her to take the knife. I thought it was really good, actually, and I thought he'd done well in actually expressing what was actually going on. Now, I did say, I feel like he said that the people that get stabbed with a knife are the people that are hunting it down, which I don't know if that's true. That's what I interpreted, like, so it makes me wonder what is going on with Landon, and now who's after him. Obviously, if that is true, that the people that have been killed off the knife are going after it, then Landon is been dead before. That is one that I'm fascinated with. Now, we didn't get Jose, Penelope, all this in this episode, so I would like to see them back the next one and see obviously the repercussions of Penelope and Josie kissing. Obviously Lizzie finding out like Raphael doesn't really want to be with her, and whether she ever finds out that her and Josie, Josie and Raphael kissed prior. What's going on with there? So I'm excited. I thought again this was a great episode. To be honest, I actually think that this series is alright. I actually do think it's alright. Like, I know the people in the YouTube, it's not been on the YouTube yet, but obviously when I first said that I was going to watch this, many people said that they wasn't big fans of it, and that they was consistently fighting like supernaturals every episode. Now, we have gone down that road, but I also have to say that is, to me, so far, it's only been a small part of the story. I've really enjoyed the characters that have been introduced and their stories. So I feel like we've got character stories and progressions and like getting to know all these individuals what I'm fully invested in, and then we've obviously got this little threat that's coming. So it's like two of the things that are going on. I'm personally really enjoying it. I'm not going to lie. Now, if you got to call a spade, yeah, it's not as good as the Vampire Diaries and the originals, but that doesn't mean that this show on its own is not worth watching, because I'm enjoying it. I actually am enjoying it, and that is why I'm consistently pausing it all the time, discussing, oh, what's going on, what's happening here. I'm engaged. I'm not just sitting here just like... So me really liking it. Hopefully you guys are as well. I'm glad you guys on the Patreon are leaving your comments and expressing your views, because it's just exciting. Like I said, at the end of the season, when we cast our most likes and dislikes, this is going to be the one that fascinates me the most, because obviously in the originals and the Vampire Diaries, you kind of have standout characters, and you can kind of understand why people pick them and why people pick them. But in this one, we got a magnitude of them, and we drop in some characters in some episodes and some in others, and they've all got a storyline. So I mean, this is going to be an exciting one. I think there's going to be a massive mix, because so far my favourite character is changing throughout the episodes, which is great, and I can't wait to see your guys' votes when we do get to the back end of the season. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's. Can't wait to watch the next episode. Hopefully you guys come back tomorrow as well. Thanks so much for clicking on today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please smash the like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.